Hi, Chris Clark again. Just wanted to give everyone an update on the Orange County multifamily market. Went to a presentation recently and saw some really good stats on where the multifamily market is going in 2020, and kind of did a recap on the last quarter of 2019 as well. So we all know the multifamily market has been really hot, so wanted to kind of break it down a little bit for you guys. Slide I wanted to share with you guys is just the historical employment growth. Most people know that it's been on a really good run lately, and we're at historically low unemployment. So this graph shows that we're right around 2%, which coincidentally kind of matches our GDP as well. And what I really wanted to focus on here is just how Orange County, United States kind of come together in an inflection point in the last quarter of 2014. So OC has done better than the national average here. And you could see here under the gray as United States, blue is Orange County. So I thought that was pretty interesting that we're pretty much dead even heading through 2019 into 2020. Kind of coincidentally, the unemployment rate, as we talked about, is at about a 50-year low. And through this slide, I thought was interesting, Orange County is doing a little bit better than the national average, which is still very low. You definitely have people here that are choosing not to work, but the people that in Orange County that are unemployed, it's only about 3%, a little bit of a tick up last quarter there, but definitely a slide through here coming through a recession all the way down, which is very encouraging heading to 2020. So this is one of my favorite slides because it really talks about how bullish developers are in the multifamily space. You could see here after the trough of the recession coming through 10, a little bit more activity coming through 12, 13. 12 is probably one of the best times in our lifetime to acquire real estate. And as it goes up in a construction here, you're looking at 8,000 to 9,000 units per quarter. And then it drops down a little bit. So definitely a good run of 14, roughly about 5 years. And then as we kind of drop down, a limited amount of land to build in Orange County. And so what you're seeing is just a lot less construction. Just there's not a lot of infill sites or sites that can be redeveloped. Kind of coincidentally, what's very interesting here is the home builders in the single family space have continued to build at probably a near record pace. Certainly through the recession, you see the trough through here, it was very bullish, 02 through 05. But what I find really interesting in the light blue in the multifamily space, it was red hot before the crash here, 08, 09 through 2010. And it built up really fast in the multifamily space. But if you see in the dark blue, it's been trending up for the last few years. And look at the drop off in the multifamily space. Again, kind of indicative of our last slide that there's really not a lot of areas that you can build, and the new home builders are still building the single family homes at a clip of roughly, let's call it 4,000 permits per quarter. So I find that interesting. The multifamily is really slowing down. Next slide talks a little bit about rent growth. And what you can see here is this year-over-year rent growth really kind of spiked 06, which makes sense in Orange County. And you can see it trending above the US average, and then it kind of levels off here in the last 3 years or so. So 3.3% rent growth, that's certainly nothing that you should sneeze at, but it is leveling off a little bit. And the US is kind of, in the last 3 years, is pretty similar. So Orange County doesn't have as much as a rent growth story as it used to the last 2 or 3 years. So I find that pretty interesting. So CoStar puts out these great slides, and this is one of them for sure, where they have a heat map of the market rent growth. So over the last 5 years, where are we seeing the most growth?
Again, you see some of the more exclusive areas in the pink here in Newport Beach. That's an area that already is pretty high rent, as we all know. So that's interesting that you're not getting tremendous rent growth through the coastal areas here. Where you're really seeing a big pop in rent growth is some of the probably areas that have newer Class A product in areas that usually have Class B or Class C product through here, and Tustin as well. So did want to thank you. So I did want to thank you for taking a little bit of time to let me walk through the last quarter of 2019 in terms of multifamily, and it gives us a good picture of where we're going into 2020. If you ever need any additional information or need some consultation or guidance, I've been working in Orange County for quite a while now, going on 20 years. So primarily in the commercial real estate space. Would love to help you in any way I can. Feel free to reach out to me, and my number and my email address is in the comment section below. Thank you.